forms that still have great meaning from modern day India. But the story also has a dark side. Historians have tried to present a fair picture of the great figures. Many few attributes.
Alright guys, so taking a look at yesterday, really quickly, who can tell me what they remember about Osaka? Andre, talk to me.
He was a great warlord.
He was a great ruler, right? Great emperor, a military advantage. And what did he win for? What did he get for his people? Alright, Kiara.
He ended up getting them peace.
He got them peace. And now, prior to him becoming a Buddhist, if you're a king in ancient times, what are you most likely? What type of king are you? What do you think? Jada Spring.
Killer.
A killer. Why do you kill?
So you can conquer land.
Conquer land. Most importantly, conquer land, take their wealth, take their riches. After Osaka, he seen what? What did he see?
Too much blood.
Too much blood, a lot of bloodbaths, right? And that made him change into a Buddhist. Him becoming a Buddhist, then what? Now what did he do for his people?
Peace.
Peace. And how did he, what did he do for his civilization? He focused his attention on
The empire.
empire. Building what?
New buildings.
New buildings for weary travelers on the roads. New home, new posts, shade trees. He started doing things for the civilization, right? Now, the essay that you guys are going to be writing is this. You're going to see that he was a ruthless conqueror. You're going to see the thousands and thousands of people he killed to expand his kingdom. But you're also going to see that he was an enlightened ruler. That he did some of the greatest things an emperor ever did in the Indian dynasty. Okay? Now, while we're going through this DBQ until Friday, you need to be making a decision whether you're going to write and say, you know what? He was actually a savage. Just, chilling, loving it, write about that. Or, although he did this, he had a heart, he had a soft side. So that's the essay I want you guys to be thinking of while we're going through this, okay? Now, before we get that, everyone turn the page. We're going to talk about, do the ends justify the means? Okay? When I say does the ends justify the means, who can explain what that means? Do the ends justify the means? Giselle, take a shot. What do you think that means? Andre.
I'm gonna guess the end part of the Ahsoka doesn't mean that he was a bad king.
Okay. Junaid. Does it make up for what your overall result was? So I'll explain it. Can I please get Junaid to read over the directions, please?
There is an important question that we can ask both about history and our personal behavior. Do the ends ever justify the means? That is it sometimes okay for actions to cause pain and suffering along the way if the final result, the end, is positive?
Guys, everyone underline that sentence right there. Is it sometimes okay for actions to cause pain and suffering along the way if the final result or the end is positive? Does that make sense, class?
Yeah.
So the means would be your actions, what you did. The ends would be the final result. Make sense? All right, Julie, finish.
Below are 5 situations.
Stop. Now, guys, everybody should have a separate sheet of paper, right? We are not going to rewrite this for the sake of time because it's a smaller class. Okay, it's a short time. So I want you to remember this. What is the means? What is the action, right, Bruno? What is the ends? What is the final result? How could one argue that the means were justified? How could somebody say that these means were actually right to cause that result? How could one argue the means were unjustified? How could somebody say, actually, that wasn't right for you to do it, right? Now I'm going to show you my thinking of doing situation 1. And I want you to do the exact same thing for all the processes. And then you're going to compare with your partner. Starting up, situation 1 goes like this. 3 players on the Detroit Tigers baseball team secretly take steroids, drugs to build more muscle mass. All 3 make American League All-Star team and then lead the Tigers, to win a World Series. The victory is a great boost for the struggling Detroit economy. The city is deliriously happy. This is a fictional event, so that means it was made up. Now, let's see. First off, everybody do this part. Write your name. If you haven't wrote it on the front of your packet, you need to do that as well. Go ahead and write Williams. Sorry guys, it's my last name, I just messed it up. Then put the date. Please know that I'm going to be collecting this sheet at the end of class, so make sure you're doing it. Now, write situation 1. We got A, B, C, D. Just like those 4 questions up on the board. You with me so far, class?
Yes.
Good, thank you. Now, the first question is what, Christian? What is the first question up there? I can't see it. All right, what is the means? We said the means mean the actions. Okay? So, taking steroids. All right, what is the end result? What is their big gain out of this? Well, they win the World Series. People make the All-Stars. And it boosts the Detroit economy. So Detroit making more money now. Now, first question. How could one argue that the means were justified? Well, somebody could say something like, because Detroit is a struggling city. You don't have to write down C and D, just listen to what I'm saying. You do not have to write down C and D, just listen to what I'm saying. Because Detroit is a struggling city, the players wanted to bring more money for the citizens. Okay, that's one way of saying that it's okay to take steroids, right? Now, how could somebody say, you know what, that's not actually a good action, or that's not right for them to do? Antonio, somebody could say something like, even though they win, I'm sure the players do not feel like champions. Or they could say something like, Bruno, is it truly fair to cheat your way into victory? Does that make sense, class, how you're going to be answering these questions? So again, everyone go to right now, situation 2. This is when you're going to start. I'm going to read the situation to you. You are going to answer the 4 questions. Make sense, class?
Yes.
All right, let's get started. The computer lab at Jones Commercial High School is vandalized with damages totaling over $200,000. The principal has firm evidence that several students in the Tuesday 10th period class were responsible, but he doesn't know which ones. Since no one is talking, he suspends the entire class for the rest of the school year. Finally feeling the pressure, 2 boys admit to the crime 1 week later. Go ahead and tell me, what is the means? What is the ends? How could one argue that the means were justified? And how could one argue that the means were not justified? You had 2 minutes to answer all 4 questions. Let's get started. You got 1 minute left to finish? Not this time. I gotta keep you after school to do this. Is that the same lesson? Just let me know so I can call your parents and tell you what to stand with me. All right, now at this time, first, time to start partner working. So this is how you partner work. First, you check each other. Do you have the same means? Then you have the same ends. Then you ask your partner, how could one justify that the means were justified? Discuss that, and then you discuss question 4. Does that make sense? Let's get started. Hold on, I gotta give him some negative marks. Should already had it. Should be talking to Casey.
Yeah, evidence from that class is responsible because he didn't know which one, so he decided to
So the evidence from the class being responsible, he figured why not, or why try to argue and just suspend the whole class? I like what you're thinking. Yeah.
We'll make the new to
So that isn't like answering the question, that's more so just stating that some people later did it. The question you're answering is how is it okay that to say that these people being all suspended was right? Rita, what do you think? What do you think? How could somebody say that this entire class being suspended was the right thing to do?
Because probably someone would have owned up to it.
Why wouldn't own up to it? Okay. Now guys, on the flip side, how could someone argue that these end results were actually not okay? Kiara.
The rest of the class was suspended for, like, they didn't even take part in it. It
So,
wasn't okay because they were suspended for not
okay. Smile build on top of that answer. How could somebody say this entire class being suspended was not a good thing? What do you think, Andre?
Because you're like punishing the like whole class, but some of the like majority of the class.
Because you're punishing the whole class, the majority of the class didn't do it. I think that's a great answer. All right, guys, diving in. Situation 3. Everyone go ahead and put it. Situation 3. Yeah, go ahead. Guys, listen up.
To improve air traffic security, the federal government orders full body extra scans full body pat down of all passengers passing through security in America airports. Despite complaints that is transit and invasion of privacy.
So guys, let me just reread this. To improve air travel security, the federal government orders full-body X-ray scans or full-body pat-downs of all passengers passing through security in American airports. Despite complaints that this represents an invasion of privacy. You have 2 minutes. Let's get started.
Why? I don't have a pencil, I have my finger over here.
Sorry, did that matter too? I didn't need all that. You could have raised your finger a long time ago. Let's get started. One minute left to finish. Please stay focused. All right, guys, let's go ahead and compare answers with your partners. Let's get started. That should be done. Giselle, Miguel, for not being done, you get negative marks. Yeah, for not being done. Negative marks. Means you're all tasks.
Child, I have a marker. If you want to put it in, go ahead.
They think that they're complaining
Huh? Look at that child. What about D? Education. What's D? This violates my privacy. Violates? How does it violate your privacy? So I don't know violate. I don't think violate is the right word. I'll put some people.
Alright, let's get started as a whole class. Alright, starting with situation 3. Now guys, this may have been a little bit more difficult, being that it was not as simple as the others, but let's dive into it and see what we can come up with. Starting off, what was the means? June. Now, is that the end goal result? Or is that the action they plan to do to improve air travel security?
Oh.
That's the end result, right? So that's actually letter B. To improve air travel. Wait a second, guys. Wait a second. Security.
Did my teacher say my name?
To improve air travel security. Now, June, what actions are they doing in order to improve air travel security? Order X-rays. Wait a second, sir. And pat down. Now, my question is, Bruno, please stop doing what you're doing. Same with everybody that has to leave. I know it's a lot of you that have to take the test, but you don't even know what the homework is and you're leaving. So relax for a second. 1 second.
What test? Oh, I gotta take it.
All right, guys, the first question I want you to answer is this. How could someone argue that the means were justified? How can someone say that, you know what, it's actually okay for everybody to get pat down or x-rayed to improve this air traffic security? Mr. Springer.
So people don't sneak by with guns, bombs, or knives.
But don't we already do a good job of protecting that now?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I mean, how long ago was that?
That was 2001.
That's how many years ago?
15.
But isn't there still shooting?
I'm just saying, I thought we were doing pretty good. Antonio, what do you think?
Yeah.
You might find blood.
I feel like, guys, with our air, I forgot the initials for it. With our airplane security, guys, how many people been on the airplane before? All right, I'm glad. Now, prior to you getting on the airplane, how many times were you checked? At least like,
No, because I go on military plane.
Checked for
well,
what?
I'm sorry, Andre, guys.
They found something.
Andre, you think they should be that worried about a military plane if you're going on a military plane? No, because it's only like patrons. But regardless, there's not like somebody going to try to attack a military plane, right? Because it'd be really difficult because you'll be a part of the military. You know what I'm trying to say? With that being said, guys, those people that have to take the test, okay? Your homework for tonight is not document A like I had listed on the board. You're actually going to complete the hashtags, hair, and the background essay questions on the next page, followed by the vocabulary. Make sense?
Yeah.
Those people that have to leave quietly, go ahead and go good luck on your math test.
Let's go to Starbucks. Maria, let's go to Starbucks.
Bye, Jaden.
Bye, Desmond.
Bye, Giovanni.
That's all right. Now, guys, for the fact a lot of our partners just has been, well, just exited the room, we're going to dive right into the background knowledge of massager, okay? So what we are going to do is spend the next 10 minutes reading, hashtagging, most importantly hashtagging, then answering our background essay questions. I expect this to be done quietly and independently. Well, if you get it done. All right, guys, let's get started. Hey,